Hello, welcome to BTH. In this video I show how to clone Windows 11 from SSD to M2. Here I have a 240GB SSD and a 250GB M2 hard drive. Currently I install Windows 11 on an SSD hard drive. For speed optimization I will replace it with M2. And this is a computer running Windows 11. I have connected both hard drives to this computer. Next steps I will introduce how to clone hard drive. This computer runs Windows 11 on an SSD. I will test the read and write speed of data on an SSD hard drive. Read and write speeds of about 500 megabytes per second. To clone the hard drive you use a tool called CloneZilla. This is a free tool. You go to the CloneZilla homepage and download the latest version. This is the file I downloaded to my computer. It has the extension ISO. Next you use a software to create a bootable tool from the downloaded ISO file. The software used in this case is called Rufus. You need a USB drive of at least 2 GB in size. In this case I use a 64 GB USB drive. With Rufus software, a USB drive and CloneZilla you create a bootable tool. You open Rufus software, select the USB drive and browse to the file with the extension ISO. Then you create a bootable toolkit. After a few minutes of waiting you will have a toolkit called CloneZilla. Next, restart your computer and access UEFI BIOS. The purpose of you accessing the UEFI BIOS to set up the computer to boot from the newly created USB drive. You save the changes and start the computer from the toolkit called CloneZilla. You choose the right keyboard for you. You choose to clone from device to device. With this option you can clone from one hard drive to another. Or you clone the partition. Accept the default option. You choose to clone from one hard drive to another. This is the list of hard drives on this computer. Here you choose the source hard drive. In this case the source hard drive is a 240 GB SSD. Next is to set the target hard drive or target hard drive. Of course in this case the M2 hard drive, the size is 250 GB. You skip checking and skip preparing the source file. You use the partition table from the source disk. You can restart or shut down your computer once everything is done. Next, you choose to agree to the next settings. You press the Enter key or the letter Y to agree with the settings. Next, the CloneZilla tool will clone each partition on the source hard drive to the destination hard drive. In this case the tool copies data from SSD to M2. Press Enter to continue. I turned off this computer and removed the SSD. You also remove the USB drive from the target computer, because you're done. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and help me 10,000 subscribe. Currently this computer has only one hard drive, which is the M2. You go to UEFI BIOS and make sure the target computer boots from M2. So I have completed the introduction of how to copy Windows 11 from an SSD to an M2 hard drive. Here are the partitions on the M2 hard drive after completion. Next, I open a command prompt with admin rights. Then I use the command called winset and test the data read speed and data write speed test. Good luck! As you can see with the M2 hard drive, the computer has improved in speed significantly.